Howdy, Desert Boy here. Hey, I wanted to give you a follow-up on trying to sight in the Henry 3030 here. And of course I have this cover on here trying to protect the finish some. But we'll take this off of here, and I can assure you this is unloaded. Okay, it's unloaded. Shown that. But I took this Henry 3030 here, right, to the range, to try to sight it in. I got a week or two ago, and I got 3 shots through it initially, which you might have saw in the video. And then I had to leave the range because I had an appointment. But anyway, I really like shooting this gun. I'm starting to get the feel of it a little more. I do like the 30-30 round. As you know, I have 270s, kind of the one's been my kind of go-to for more like hunting or something like that. But it's a very nice gun. My disappointment with it is I'm getting some tarnishing with the brass a little bit. It's almost like some of the barrel is trying to oxidize or something. In a way, it looks kind of cool, like it's aging or something, but, you know, I don't think that was the intention of it. Let's just look at this guy real quick. And nice looking firearm overall. And, of course, you can, you know, load it through the tube feed, or in the case of this particular one, this is a side gate loader. You know, which was one of the things Henry didn't have for a while, but this one does. It's my first Henry with the side gate loader. So I made adjustment to the sights, and I was going to go to the short range last time I was out, 25 yards, just to really try to check the sighting in, because I was, you know, I shot 3 rounds, but I didn't see where I was hitting anything at 100 yards, so I knew I really needed to sight it in, and I went ahead and made an adjustment and took it to the range the other day. So as a result of that trip to the range, took it over there the other day. I started at 25 yards, and I started with this because I had a larger quantity of Hornady American Whitetail, right, which is a 150 grain cartridge, you know. 150 grain 30-30 cartridge, and I'm shooting bench rest, but just supported with my elbow, you know, on some padding, no bags or anything to set it on. And so I started off, and I shot 6 rounds of this 150 grain American Whitetail by Hornady, and my first shots were these 2, and I believe, if I remember right, let's see here, let me look at these 2 and this one. So I was trying to get a feel for how I was aiming with the post in the buckhorn sight or semi-buckhorn sight, and by the time I shot the 3rd shot, I was getting a little closer. So then I loaded up 3 more. And as you can see, I started getting at 1, 2, 3. So we're definitely pretty much in the ballpark there, you know, getting to where we need it to be. So then I went ahead at 25 yards, and a lot of times I like Winchester Super X or Winchester ammunition, and this is their PowerPoint ammunition. It's also 150 grains, right? 150 grain bullet. So I went ahead and, you know, shot it at 25 yards. And this was what I ended up with. 1, 2, 3. So I said, you know, there's no sense shooting any more ammo at 25 yards. You know, we're pretty much... seem to be dialed in there for this one here. So, you know, and this one here is the velocity is 2019 supposed to be at 100 yards. with 1,357 pounds of energy. This American whitetail is supposed to be 2,390 feet per second, so it's a bit, excuse me, that's the same at the muzzle as the other one. It doesn't say what it is at 100 yards, but it should have a zero drop with the Winchester PowerPoint, the same zero, kind of a zero drop. Once you get beyond that, they're both about the same, 7.7 at 200 and 29.6 at 300 for the whitetail and 27.9 for the 300 for the Winchester. And the Winchester also had a 400 yard with a 65 inch drop, and by then you're down to 1178, so anyway, so I said, okay, I need to go to 100 yards and kind of see what I got going on there. So let's take a look at 100 yards. Just give me a moment. So when I went out to 100 yards, and this is the Hornady target, and this is the Winchester one. Interesting results. I wouldn't expect it to be perfectly sighted in for, if it looks like it's sighted in at 25, it's not going to shoot the same at 100, of course. So I got more work to do there, but I'm using open sight, so my eyes are not the best. I may end up getting some kind of scope for the, likely to get some kind of scope for the 30-30. I think probably, 50, 25 to 75 yards, I might be okay, 25 to 50, but I don't know if I can get that close if I end up going hunting this year. But anyway, at 100 yards, right, I shot 5 rounds. I shot 3 and then I shot 2 more. I think because I did try a couple of shots with a supported, rest for it. So those first couple, I think probably, because I had to crouch so much and getting at the bench for it, I think I probably was shooting high, and I think there was 5 shots, there was a miss. I think probably that was where I ended up with this one up here. It was probably in the first couple of shots. And then I got rid of that, and then I went ahead and just tried to shoot normally. And since it was hard for me to see, because I don't really have a good set of binoculars or spotting scope for 100 yards, which I'll need to get. I do have some binoculars, but I didn't bring those ones. I went ahead and I think probably the next shot I had was probably somewhere, probably this one. But I went ahead and I decided to go ahead and shoot 3 shots of Winchester, and then I came back to this guy, and when I did, I think with my aiming, I think these were the last 2. So I'm getting closer, but obviously I need to do some work. That's too far off. Not that I couldn't probably hit something, but I don't want to be probably. If I'm hunting, you're trying to be, merciful hunter and make sure you have one shot, So with the Winchester, I was more off to the right, and I don't know if it had to do with the fact the target was to the right and my position at the shooting table and how I was trying to compensate, with my eyesight on open sights at 100 yards. But I ended up shooting 2 over here, so I'm guessing the other one missed off to the right. These appear to be more just me being able to see better. So shot, 5 rounds of the American whitetail and 3 rounds of the PowerPoint, and yes, I'm getting in the ballpark, but this is not enough. It's good that at 25 yards I know I can hit something and probably do fine, probably even 50, but I didn't have a 50 range there, so I got to do some more work. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you and what the results were. after going out the other day. So I don't know if you find that interesting or not. But of course, the 30-30, the trigger is very different than the 270. My 270 trigger is, it's kind of like you get down there and you just, it's almost like when you go to take up on it, it's almost, it doesn't have a set trigger to my knowledge, but it's almost like it kind of, you kind of set, and then when you pull it just a little more, it goes. This one takes a little more of a trigger pull for it to fire, and of course the recoil is somewhat different as well. So anyway, as Desert Boy always says, be safe out there whatever you're doing. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.